Right now I'm near the end of week 6 and so many exciting things are happening that I almost don't even know where to begin. Last week was kind of a relax and calm down week where I did a little bit less and scaled back my training a little bit just to recuperate for the next big push of training. The highlight of last week, though, even though it was a recovery week, was a 40-mile bike ride. And I felt pretty good throughout the bike ride. Obviously, my butt still hurts when I ride 40 miles, but I don't think that's something that I can fix. Today I did my first test triathlon in the gym. I did swim, bike, run, one right after the other. My swim was about 1,500 meters, which is dangerously close to a full mile. After that, I went on the bike and I did 45 minutes on the bike, about 10 miles or so, a little bit over 10. And I followed that up with a 45-minute run on the treadmill. Next week's going to be ramping up a little bit. I'm going to be adding more miles to my run, going from 6 miles to 8 miles after my swim. I'm finding that I'm getting a lot of reading done sitting on the bike at the gym. Right now I'm reading this book, Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. And it's really, really good. It's a true story about architects and murderers. Very exciting. Happens right around the turn of the century. I totally recommend it for anyone who's into design because it's about architects and it's pretty sweet. Also today, other exciting things. I went to REI and I bought myself a pair of fingerless biking gloves. They are padded on the palms so I can sit down on the bike and lean into my hands and not have to worry about the pain that I get right through here when I bike normally. I also priced out aero bars when I was at REI, and they are about $140-something, and those are dollars that I don't have right now, so I'll be waiting a little while before I go ahead and buy one of those. Also, a great thing that I've noticed now that I'm 6 weeks into my training, I am developing some really, really good arm muscles, and I'm going to show them off. I'm going to back up here so you can see them. So here's me, and there are my arm muscles. Pretty nice. At this point, I feel like I could walk into any weight room and be fairly confident, pick up some weights and go, show off my studliness. I'm also doing official measurements. I took my measurements when I started out doing the Ironman training, and I wrote them down somewhere. And as soon as I find them, I'm going to remeasure myself and figure out how I've changed throughout this process. I did weigh myself this morning, and I'm still at my normal weight of 145 pounds. I've been at 145 for almost 2 years now, so I feel like that's good because it's stable. It shows that I'm not under-eating or overeating. I know that the best way to judge how my body is reacting to training will be through actual measuring tape measurements, because your weight's not an accurate way to judge how your body is changing, since everybody knows muscle weighs more than fat. The best thing about this week has been finding out that the swim doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. Initially, I was kind of afraid of the swim because I'm not a swimmer. And now I'm discovering that, yeah, maybe I am kind of a swimmer. I got in the pool today and I did that almost dangerously close to 1 mile swim. And I felt fine. I felt like I could have kept going. And in the coming weeks, I will keep going. And that'll be the true test. And here we go. And we're spinning around. And we're walking, and we're walking, we're going through the living room, and we're on the desk.